number one thing that is a major component of relationships, not only in physical body of the relationship but also the psychological and the heart level. If you have this thing in your relationship, you are messing it up. Messing it up. If from the entire course, if I had to choose only one thing and I would have to advise someone only one thing, this would be it. And it is negative or wrong habits. It is destroying you. I'll give you example. My father was a drunkard. He used to drink a lot. Till he used to get wasted. And that alcohol damaged his brain, man. He never worked. Even if he got some money, he would spend it on alcohol and never give anything to the family. He would never contribute his money to the family. And the addiction was to such an end that he used to steal the money that my mom used to have and go outside and drink alcohol. That's so pathetic. Alcohol destroys your wisdom. Alcohol destroys your wisdom. It's not only about alcohol. It's also about drugs. It's also about cigarettes. And also about habits such as gossiping, trash talking, backstabbing, all these things. So I will just read out a list to you from the book which contains all the habits that I think are extremely toxic for any marital life or any family relationship. If you have these things, man, you seriously need to improve on it. If you don't do it, you will never experience a fulfilling, full-fledged, hearty life, hearty relationship. This is very important. You have to make sure that you take personal responsibility to ingrain good habits in yourself, not only for yourself, for your own benefit, but also for your partner, so that they feel good and proud of you when they are with you. Imagine this: you are going to a function and there at a dinner table, you and your wife are sitting next to each other. Your partner doesn't have any table manners and ethics on how to eat. When they are munching, they are making sounds and like the room is really silent, so everybody can hear him or her munching that food so loudly. How embarrassed would you feel? This is a bad habit. This destroys your connection with your person. It damages the relationship. This is at the tiniest level. And the most extreme is, of course, gossip, backstabbing, and cheating, extramarital affairs, and of course drugs. These are all the bad habits. So I'm gonna just read out to you a list of all the bad habits from the book, and I hope you have purchased this book as a guide for your future reference. Taking others for granted, very bad habit. Trying to improve him or her instead of yourself. Always putting blames on people, always thinking that it is their responsibility and not yours. Finding faults in other person. You have to understand that you are not perfect at the first place. So you have no right, absolutely zero rights to find faults in people. Fighting in public. This is a pathetic habit. First of all, even you shouldn't fight. If you fight, the only reason for your fight would be your ignorance that we have discussed in the first section. If you have overcome that, no problems, no fights. But if you fight, and that too in public, you know what are the consequences. The worst is abusive behavior, beating each other, using fault language with each other, talking trash about each other. That is so bad. How could you do to the person you love the most? How can you beat the person you love the most? That's so stupid. That's so ignorant. Never do that. That's a bad habit. It's not doing any good to your relationship. Next is not talking it out. Always keeping it inside. Your feelings, your thoughts, always keeping it inside. You have to understand that the other person has the right to know what you think, what you feel. And you have the same right to know what they think, what they feel, without being judgmental. I hope you are trying to connect all the dots that we have seen in the previous lectures. Wrong timings of discussion. Okay, discussing wrong things at wrong time, it shows that you are socially miscalibrated, and it is a bad habit that you need to work upon. Narrow perspective and shallow mindset. Spying, allowing jealousy to take over in the relationship. It's the biggest killer. Not letting go of what has happened, not being honest with yourself, lacking self-confidence, testing your partner, being an emotional slave, or making the other person an emotional slave. Playing blame games. Unrealistic and overwhelming expectations. You get irritated easily. It's a bad habit too. And there are tons and tons over here. I've given an entire list in this book. Just get it. Okay. So the relationship of my mom and my dad ended because they never had any good habits. Okay. They used to discuss at wrong places, wrong things. They never had any ethics and etiquettes to sit on the table and discuss their problems. Instead, they used to fight in public. The whole society used to come over there. Okay, we lived in an apartment, and all the families in the building used to come there. Their fight was so loud and so extroverted. That's a bad habit. My father used to drink a lot. My mom had an extramarital affair. Not a good idea. Not a good thing, not a good habit. No financial skills, that's a bad habit. Bad spending habits, okay, bad food habits, bad health habits. All the bad habits are damaging your relationships. You have to make sure that you are healthy, wealthy in your mind, in your heart, in your body to your partner. You have to give your richest version, your most healthiest version to your partner. And they used to do, they have to do the same for you. Okay, you don't have to settle for dry bread. Okay, you don't have to settle for dry bread. Keep yourself healthy, develop good habits in you, and your partner will it will rub off. Okay, it will rub off to your partner as well, and you will both together live a fantastic life. I will see you in the next clip.